Man, I had the most funniest, craziest day at work.
Oh man, that's never good.
Oh no, this time it was good because they
It
actually
was
had me
good.
rolling.
Okay.
I cussed out a girl and almost fought a homeless person.
Wow.
I'm gonna wait till more people come to tell the story. Let me get comfortable. Man, KC and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
How was your day?
It was good.
Shit. You got this album? You hear me?
You got it.
You said what? You got it?
Hold up.
I wanna put on my boogie shoes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, this might be their best album in my opinion. I don't even fuck with them like that. They like the unseasoned soul food from that one motherfucker we don't eat food from. You know what I'm saying?
The unseasoned soul food. Never heard that.
Yeah,
What does that mean? You know, unseasoned soul food.
like I say,
What does that mean?
they think they funky, but they ain't funky.
Oh wow. Is this a trash review too? Or no?
Well, I'm not a big fan of them, but this album is not a trash review. This might be their best album if you have to ask me. And that's really not saying much because, like I said, I'm not really a big fan of them. But I can't talk about disco without talking about Casey and the Sunshine Band. I wanna put
You
on
could.
my boogie shoes. You said what? Like they were the white hope until the Beaches came along. Like I'm not gonna be real with y'all right now. My energy's gonna be very up after today. So if I say some crazy shit, don't mind me. This nigga Q said unseasoned soul food. What that mean?
What the fuck?
We'll talk about that. We'll talk. Oh man. Don't worry, boss. Don't worry. Don't worry, boss. Man, let me tell you. I cussed out so many people today. I done turned myself on and shit.
Crazy.
But I still can't believe I almost fought a homeless person.
Do the second.
You said what? You said what?
Huh?
I can't wait. I can't wait to tell y'all this
Bumping.
story.
Every week we gotta do that, yo.
What?
What
You said every week I gotta do what? Uh, I call it joyful stress. By the way, last night's review was. You said what? Last night review was funny as fuck.
Yep. It was.
But try let words from me. Sometimes you just gotta let people know who you really are. Sometimes.
Yo, take your again. I can't hear you.
You said what? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Uh, I'm using my hotspot.
What
So
you were saying before? I didn't hear nothing.
I said sometimes you gotta let
I didn't
people
hear
know
nothing
who
you
you
said
are.
before.
Sometimes I said
You gotta
sometimes
let
you
people
gotta
know
let
who
people
you
know
are.
who you. Yeah,
Like who? Who you talking about? Like
you
who?
know, just people people who underestimate you. You know.
Well, that should be easy. I'm gonna be me regardless. So you know what I mean. People gonna like it or
Right. Come the fuck on. Okay, yeah, this shit's good. Jesus Christ. By the way, after I get off, I'm gonna take a shower before we. You still want to talk about BMF tonight? Oh, are you serious right now with this shit? Hold on, right quick.
what's good, yo. Antoine was good. Red's having some issues with his Wi-Fi, man. I don't know what's going on.
Hey,
Yo,
Can you hear me clearly now?
Yep.
Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of this. Yeah, I was asking, do you still want to do BMF after?
Okay. That's good.
All right, cool. Yeah, this review is not going to be too long anyway. Stand this shit. I just don't. How's your family doing?
They good. They chilling. How about yours? How they doing?
I'm good. Just spoke to my moms.
Yep.
I was asking, I don't know if you heard me, but I was asking if you had this album.
No, I don't have this one. I got the second one.
Okay.
The one with Shake Shake Shake. That one.
Oh, okay. Cool. My boogie shoes. That song would just get stuck in your head.
Yep.
Man, where is everybody at?
I guess Casey and the Sunshine Band ain't they thing.
True. Guess they're not Bee Gees enough for them, you know?
Right.
Poor Casey. But yeah, my boogie shoes. Q said, "Do you like Duran Duran?"
Do you?
Yeah, I wasn't really too big on them like that, honestly. So you like some?
Some of these stuff. That's cool.
Right. Okay. Yeah, let's just start this shit because these niggas will come on later. So I'm ready whenever you are.
Let's go.
Good. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
No.
Yeah. If you guys know what we're doing, fucking Disco Month, we're going to talk about Casey and the Sunshine Band with their sophomore self-titled album. This album came out 1975, July 6th to be exact, on TK label. It was known for singles Get On Tonight, That's the Way I Like It, and I'm So Crazy About You. Producers include Harry Wayne Casey, which is Casey of the Sunshine Band, and Richard Finch. So yeah, Casey and the Sunshine Band, you know what I'm saying, was probably the most prominent disco groups at the time. You know, plenty of their songs pretty much appeared on soundtracks, pop culture. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much have some of the best known disco songs at the time. You know what I'm saying? So you know how we do. Gonna get how we got into the group.
I started when I had musical chairs in kindergarten. My kindergarten teacher used to play Shake Shake Shake, the Shake Your Booty song, and then
Yeah,
just hearing like the other joints, Get Down Tonight, and Boogie Shoes. Boogie Shoes was on Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. And just growing up with those songs in the house, and so many artists, different artists, sampled their music. 112, Keith Murray, you know what I'm saying, and
Biggie.
huh?
I even
And
said Biggie too.
yeah, Biggie, right. I forgot Biggie. Yeah, Biggie. Like just different artists sampling their music. So when you talk about disco, you gotta talk about Casey and the Sunshine Band. You know what I mean? And they were a major part of the of 70s disco. So that was my
Right.
introduction to them. Clutch was good, bro. What happened to my Knicks last night against Minnesota? How we gonna have Julius Randle score like 57 points and we lose to Minnesota? Come on, bro. I'm not liking that. Two Live Crew. Oh yeah. Trick Daddy sampled them. I don't know about Two Live Crew. I didn't listen to Two Live Crew.
That's a dope story. All right. Well, they were Casey and the Sunshine Band were a group that I really got into when I was young. Well, when I get into like knowing about their stuff, it's plenty of their songs like Shake, 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 Shake Your Booty, which I hate that fucking song, honestly. I'm so tired of that song. Songs like Down Tonight, Boogie Shoes, of course. I've heard them a lot in my childhood. They're not really a band I would sit down and listen to. Like, hey, I feel like listening to music. Let's jam some Casey and the Sunshine Band. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when we talk about like essential figures of the emergence of disco and even like funk music, they're definitely mentioned like as pioneers at that forefront. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to be talking about this album because this album pretty much might be my favorite album from them, just based on the amount of material that they have in this shit. So, you know how we do. We got to talk about how they started off. So, the Sun Band were disco and funk group that pretty much had members such as. Hold on, right quick. Hold on. In this incarceration, there's KC, Jerome Smith on guitar, Richard Finch on bass guitar, drums, percussion, Robert Johnson also on drums, Alvesy Brown on percussion, Freeman Ghost Costello on percussion, Kim Falk on trumpet, Vinny Teno on trumpet, Mike Lewis on tenor saxophone, with Sadiner on baritone saxophone, Beverly Champion on background vocals, Margaret Reynolds on background vocals, and Jeanette Williams on back vocals. So when it came to this group, they formed in 1973, and Casey originally was like a record store employee, and he was a part-time at TK Records. TK Records was a label from 1972 before it unfortunately went bankrupt in 1981. Originally, I kid you not, the band was called Casey and the Sunshine Junk Canoe Band.
What?
And Junk Canoe, yeah, you heard me.
What does that mean?
Yeah, the Junk Canoe was like a band in Miami. You said, what does that mean?
Junk
It's a
canoe?
street parade. Uh, yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty much like a parade that originated in the Bahamas, pretty much.
Never heard of it.
And luckily, they did change the name. And luckily, they did change the name. Thank God. And so, Richard Finch began engineering records with TK, which is pretty much how their relationship, Casey and Richard Finch's relationship, started off with. And so, fast forward to 73, 74, some songs like The Will and the Sound of Your Funky Horn, and that got them some play R&B crowd. But it wasn't really until later on, because their first album came out in '74 called "Do It Good." I mean, I've never heard that album before, but if I had to put my guess on it, they really started off more funkier, and then they'll probably got less funkier as the years went by. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. So they dropped this self-titled second album in 1975, and this is where the hits just kept going and going and going. And they got a few Grammy nods for this album as well too. They only won one Grammy award for this album, which I'm gonna get into that in a minute once I find it. But yeah, they only won really one Grammy award, but yeah, this was a pretty successful album at the time. Hold on, right quick. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Grammy wins in a minute because I'm not finding where it's at. But this is the album cover right here. Pretty basic, you know what I'm saying? Just this Casey and the rainbow lettering and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So you know how that shit goes.
All the albums.
All right. These are all the albums?
Yeah.
Wow.
The white cover, it's like that too. It has the rainbow lettering.
Well, I can see the creativity didn't lie on the album artwork either. So, yeah. I told y'all I was gonna be on one tonight. So, so yeah, 9 tracks this album has. Not too long, not too short. You know how that shit goes. Track 1, "Let It Go," Part 1. This was a pretty straight song. Nice little funky rhythm. Nice way to kick off the album. Pretty much, love the bass on this record too. I definitely loved the feel good lyrics and whatnot. I like it.
It was cool. It was not one of my favorites on here.
Yeah. Track number 2, "That's the Way I Like It." I'm gonna say something that I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. It's one of the most overrated songs I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, I never cared for this song too much.
And why do you feel like that, Reg?
I like the do.
Why do you feel like that, Reg?
You said what?
Why do you feel like it's overrated?
It's kind of overplayed. It's overplayed. I never thought. I just pretty much thought it was just one of those songs that they just want to base chants as lyrics, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And it just sounds kind of watered down. It just sounds kind of watered down, in my opinion, every time I hear this track. But
this is
literally like one of the most signature songs.
There's a lot of songs that was overplayed.
You said what?
There's a lot of songs that was overplayed.
Yeah, I know.
Is it a bad song?
You know what's crazy though, right? You said what?
Is it a bad song because it was overplayed, or you just don't like the song?
I really just don't like the song.
Okay, so then you don't. So,
however, It was supposed to make this song a bit more suggestive and sexual, but it was KC that wanted to tone it down for radio airplay. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of want to hear what that original version sounded like, in my opinion. But I just never cared for this song. Never really cared for the lyrics and whatnot. So I just never really cared for this. I mean, if I'm at a party and I hear it, you said what?
That's a classic song.
I mean, if people think it's a classic, it's a classic. But
Well, I wouldn't say
I just got
it's a
tired.
classic in my opinion.
But yeah, it's it's one of the similar songs, so I'm not gonna get too mad about it. I just like other songs from this album.
50 Cent. What did 50 sample this for? I don't remember the 50 song.
But yeah, I see what I have to say about the song.
Yeah, I think it's a classic record. Even if it was overplayed or they played. They played. Where didn't they play this song? This song was in movies. It was in commercials. Everywhere. One of their signature songs.
Oh my god!
You know,
You said what?
so it's one of the band's signature songs.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that, but I mean, there's other signature songs I like more than this
Okay.
one. The next one is the one I like more.
Right.
But yeah, next song is "Get Down Tonight." Love this song in my opinion. This is like more my speed. This is more of my speed right here. You know what I'm saying? The fast tempo. The guitar solo. Yes, this definitely was one of my favorite things in this band. You know what I'm saying? Get down tonight.
Yeah.
Get down tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like it had a disco feel to it, but at the same time, it definitely still had that face kind of funk to it. So I like it. Very dope track.
Classic. Another classic record. I like the beat. This whole album it got classic records on it, yo. Like, did you feel like this song was overplayed?
Yeah, this was overplayed, but I still fuck with it.
Okay. Yeah, this was a classic record.
Like a lot of disco. Yeah, a lot of disco songs get overplayed sometimes, but I mean, just because it was some shit overplayed, I don't automatically dislike it unless I have a good reason for disliking it.
It was just overplayed to you. Rush Hour movie? Was it the Rush Hour movie? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I heard it a couple times on Rush Hour.
Okay.
I don't know which one in the second one.
Mike was good.
All right. What's up, Mike? All right. Next song, Boogie Shoes. I mean, we talked about this song when we talked about Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. I'm not really going to spend too much time. This might be my favorite Casey and the Sunshine Band song. This one right here is my speed right here. I love this one. Like, short, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Nice little party song. So, I like this one.
And yep, the song was on from the movie, from the soundtrack. It was great. Another signature song that they have. Vintage disco at that time.
Right. Alrighty. Next track, Ain't Nothing Wrong. Ain't Nothing Wrong. This is actually my favorite track off this album. Next to Boogie Shoes. all of my Diggable Planet sample heads, y'all should know about this song right here. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all should know about that.
Yeah,
This one I never hear no one talk about this one. Yeah,
yeah.
never hear no one talk about this track right here. You know what I'm saying? And I never really thought KC was the best singer, but I still feel like this one definitely did his thing with this one. But
Yeah.
yeah, pretty nice little mid tempo kind of songs.
Great track. I remember the song on the Deal with Planets album. I forgot the name of that joint though. But yeah, this is a good one. Nice album cut.
Mm-hmm.
It was where I'm from, right? The original version, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Where I'm from,
Mhm.
right? I'm thinking about the remix. Now I know they did a remix for that song.
Yeah, that remix was hot too.
Yeah, I like the remix more.
All right. Yeah, it's track number 6. I'm so crazy about you. Another cool song. This song right here definitely was a very horn driven track. I feel like the horn arrangements never really get talked about like that when it comes to the 70s era. Because the horns definitely had a very distinctive, boastful feel to it, if that makes sense. So I like this track.
Oh yeah, I'm so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was dope. I enjoyed it. Nice song.
Yes. All right. Next track right we got is What Makes You Happy. Again, cool track. Very dope usage of the drum patterning on this one. Yeah, nothing too wrong, nothing too bad about this one.
This was dope. Solid cut. I like the drums on it. You know, it was good.
Definitely. All right, next song, I Get Lifted. Oh my god. This song might be one of the top 20 songs sampling hip hop right here.
Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, it's a song which I like, but I love. Maybe it's because like there's nothing bad, nothing wrong with it, but I've heard the song sampled so many times. It was just like
Uh-huh.
people just that dun 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 dun, dun. And it's like
I
just
hope they
when we
got
talk
paid
about
for all
Patrice
that
Rush, just
sampling.
remind me. Yeah, that's a good question, but
I hope they got paid.
I
A
mean
lot
they
of people.
probably did because they wrote all the
Yeah.
yeah more than likely because that drum break has been sampled so many times, and I know
Uh-huh.
that George McCrae he did his own cover version of this song. I think like a year or two later after this one came out. I kind of like the George McCrae version of "I Get Lifted"
Uh-huh.
a bit more. Keep it with you guys, but this is an iconic hip hop sample song right here. So,
Favorite. What's your favorite sample? Like your favorite artist that sampled it?
ooh, that's a very good question. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go out the box with this one. I'm gonna go with NWA "Quiet on the Set."
Okay.
Yeah. What
Mm,
about you?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Biggie. I think I always felt like that respect song was underrated from Ready to Die. I don't know why nobody talks about that one. 112 used the same sample for Only You. Um, Montel Jordan used that sample for I Like.
Yes.
A lot of people use that's what I'm saying. I hope they got paid for the same sample that was being used over and over. You know. Um, I'm gonna go with the
Mm.
Biggie one because the Biggie Respect track was like always one of my favorites. And when they talk about that album, they don't mention that song. It's everything else but that one. You know. But yeah,
That
it's a
track
great.
was okay. It was
You
good,
didn't like
but
that one?
oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm
I mean,
I
I
mean, for
liked it,
me,
but it wasn't
it's
one of my
like
favorites from Ready to Die.
I like it because he was Jamaican, right? It has like a Jamaican sound to it, and then you have Diana King singing on the chorus of that. You know what I'm saying? And this
Yeah,
is like before. This is like before she really took off on her own. Remember, she had like the Bad Boys song. She had the song on the
right.
Bad Boys soundtrack. That was like '95. You know what I'm saying? With Biggie, she was on Ready to
Yes,
Die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then he's talking about like when he was born. You know what I'm saying? From when he came out his mama's womb and became a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this was a fire track, and nobody talks about that one. You know?
yeah. I guess because Ready to Die has so many iconic tracks, like the What, Everyday
Mhm.
Struggle, of course, Big Papa. Even Everyday Struggle don't get as talked about as
Yeah,
much, in my opinion. That's one of my
that
favorite
should have been
Biggie
the
tracks.
single. I think Respect should have been the single. Like that could have been like that could have been any one of those songs could have been a single on Ready to Die, but I think that should have been a single too. Just to show like his I mean, because
Facts.
he did a remix with Supercat, so it's not like he couldn't do a Jamaican, a drink, a Jamaican joint or whatever. Like he was doing, reggae, remixes and shit. So that would have been like his single to like Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I mean, yo, I remember being like sitting in the back of the class when that album came out and having, all the kids talking about what's gonna be the next video. Should it be for Unbelievable? Should it be for Machine Gun Funk? Should it be for the title track? So he could have came out with any of those joints.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I definitely respect you. I don't hear a lot of people say Respect was a favorite from Ready to Die like that.
If anything, they say it was. I've heard people say they didn't
By the
like
way,
that song. They thought it was whack. I'm like, really? I thought that shit was fire. You know.
I mean, it's far from whack. Have they heard another from Life After Death?
See, and I like that song. And I know you don't like it. I've always liked that song. I think maybe. See, the thing is, when he came out with Get Money with Kim, and that blew up from the Junior Mafia album. So I think that's why they went ahead and did
Right.
another song together. They could have did a whole album together, and I think it would have went multi-platinum just with Big and Kim. And then you throw in Junior Mafia on some tracks or Jay. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been a great album together, but we didn't get that. But I thought another was a banging track. A lot of people don't like that one either.
True. Right. The last truck is Let It Go Part 2. Pretty much just a refrain from the first one. It was alright.
I didn't like this one.
You said what?
I didn't like this one.
Alright. And that's pretty much this whole album. Overall, this album is a very great album in my opinion. I do feel like it has a good mixture with that early disco sound and the funk that was happening in the mid 70s too. I like the arrangements from the group. I felt like it was like a nice simplistic album from them. I give this album maybe like 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a dope little album. Many iconic songs on here. Songs that's been sampled and still being sampled to this day. I think it's one of their best albums. So I'll give it 4, Mike.
Definitely. All right. It's 1 o'clock right now. I'm gonna stay on maybe for a good 5-10 minutes. But yo, let me tell you
What
this
you been
crazy
bump?
shit that happened earlier, man.
Do you want to do the what you been
Huh?
bumping lately?
Oh yeah, we can do that right now. Yeah.
Well, I've been bumping. Being that last week
Give me a beat.
was I believe I want to say it was Friday. Was it Friday? Either Thursday or Friday was Queen Latifah's birthday, so I was bumping all of her albums from All Hail the Queen to Nature of a Sister. We gotta talk about this one. Um, Black
Definitely.
Rain, Order in the Court. I got the other two on bootleg. The jazz album and Persona. So I was just bumping all of her albums. I have all of her albums. I was bumping all of her shit because it's not every day I bump Queen Latifah anymore like that. But she is still the queen,
Right.
and without her, we wouldn't have artists like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And, she's a legend. Also, it was Tame One's birthday recently, and we lost another legend with Tame One from the Artifacts. Rest in peace to him. And I was bumping the Artifacts first album, Between Rock and a Hard
R.I.P.
Place, classic album. I did a review for this a couple years ago on my channel. Check it out. Definitely, I cut class with this album, bro. Like there was certain albums that when I was in high school I was cutting class for, and this was one of them. Definitely a 5 mic classic. Shout out to Tame to Elder Sensei. Shout out to Jersey. Classic album. Also, another legend we lost, Fatal from Fatal Hussein from the Outlaws. Tame One is also on this album, In the Line of Fire. Great album, his best album as a solo artist from the Outlaws. Rest in
Damn.
peace to him. Huh?
Okay. No, that's
And
yours. I'm gonna lie.
I was in a House of Pain mood. Last week it was St. Patty's Day. People here were drunk and crazy if they were Irish. So I was bumping some House of Pain, same as it ever was. Great album. I like this album more than the first one, actually. I think
Same.
the Muggs production was better on this album. They stepped their game up, with the songs, Who's the Man and On Point. And yeah, this is a great album. So that's what I've been bumping, in the last week.
Right. By the way, check your group me. Check the group me. By the way.
I was
All
bumping
right.
other shit, but I can't show the other shit yet because I just got the other shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really showing some albums because some albums I got recently. I'm not really trying to show them until next month. But I've been bumping some shit too. I know today I was bumping some of Stevie Wonder's Jungle Fever soundtrack because I recently watched the movie,
Mhm.
which that's a movie review that's coming very soon. Uh, I recently bumped. I don't know if you're aware of this rock group back in the early '90s. They were called Spiritualized.
Nah, who's that?
They came out. They're pretty much just like a trip hop rock group that was prominent like in the '90s, maybe late '80s,
Uh-huh.
and they had this album called "Ladies and Gentlemen, We Are Floating in Space." Oh my god, that shit came out in 1997. It's like a very psychedelic space rock kind of feel. Like I love this album. This is an album I
Right.
definitely want to talk about if I ever get it. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? Yeah, if you like some of that trip hop, that's the ideal for you.
Right.
Then I was bumping. I started bumping some what's Tyler the Creator. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to the Wolf album, which
Nice.
again, one of my favorite Tyler albums that he's ever came out with. I feel
Hmm.
like that's the album where he really evolved his artistic quality. I feel like the album does not get his just due, in my
Right.
opinion, because I think like once Flower Boy came out, that was like the whole new era of Tyler. But Wolf is like my second favorite album from him.
Yeah. He was
And
rapping on Wolf.
yes, rapping.
Yeah.
And finally, you know what? Since De La Soul, you see on the De La side of things, I was just bumping some classics like Blue Mind State, which I always would always have love for that album. That album to
Definitely.
me was just De La Soul. You can say De La Soul at their most comfortable and most abstract, if that makes sense. So
Definitely.
yeah,
One of their
that's
best.
I agree. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah, this albums I got for the collection next month, man. I'm telling you, this is gonna be some heat.
And I've been in the Stevie Wonder mood. I've been bumping a lot of Stevie stuff too. You know, so
Yes,
I feel like he has multiple classics, and you know, a couple of those other albums will be on my list as well. So
yeah, because I hate when everybody always says, "Oh, well, he has classes between 72 to 76." I'm just like, dog, y'all not have heard everything. Like Hotter Than July.
yep, yep. Now that was on my list already.
Yes,
And Songs in the Key of Life was great, but he has other classics just as great as that.
I agree.
So
Innovations.
yeah, that was a great album. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm gonna even say a very underrated one that no one talks about. The Characters album from '87.
I haven't heard them. I think my aunt used to have that album, and I have never heard it though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It definitely had his late '80s stuff had some of them drum machines and stuff like that. Which was norm for '80s R&B, but it's not all bad.
Right.
Like he had this one song called Skeletons. Oh,
Hmm.
love that record.
Definitely. The Jungle Fever soundtrack was good. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. Now, we were talking about this yesterday, but that song "Fun Day." Tell
Uh,
me that does not sound like "Lady in My Life" from Michael Jackson.
it do a little bit. It do.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know, but his soundtrack fit the mood of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Because that
know.
was a song. I can see that song like when Wesley Snipes was walking his daughter to school. This
Right.
is fun day.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But these three words, though,
Oh yeah. That was a big hit from that
come
movie.
on. These
Yeah.
three words, sweet and simple. Come on, man.
Hmm. The
And,
title
and it
track was
definitely. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
the title track from the soundtrack
Yes.
was good. Yeah.
Okay, Mike just sent the donation for the Sylvia album. So,
All right.
um, what's a good day?
I
We can
just I just
pre-record
said the
that
song. I just said
possibly.
Songs in the Key of Life was great, but he has other great albums just like that one.
Right. Hell,
Talking Book is a
call me
classic. I
crazy.
don't understand how people don't mention that one.
They don't. Call me crazy, but I love Journey Through the Lives of Plants.
I didn't hear that one either. I seen the album cover for that. That was a nice album cover.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like that album. It was a soundtrack to a documentary at that time,
Right.
but they don't like it because they expected the songs in Key of Life too, and he went for more of that new age world of music with that one.
Right. Yeah.
And, and you know what? I'm gonna call me crazy, but if we're talking Stevie albums, Minnie Riperton's Perfect Angel, he produced that album too. So if you in terms of production, that was a good album. I mean,
Yeah. Hey, they gotta listen to more
that's
Stevie besides just one album. you know.
exactly. All right. All right. It's 1:10, so I'm just gonna end this off right here so I can take a quick shower and do this BMF reaction. So yeah,
Yeah.
this has been pretty cool. This has been pretty cool. So tomorrow at 8 o'clock is gonna be part 5 of the top 100 R&B albums. That's gonna be between 60 to 51. So I gotta get my albums out tonight. Also, since Mike just sent us a donation, we're trying to think what's a good day. What are you doing Thursday night?
Thursday, I'll be free. I think I'll be free. Yeah.
Okay, I have my performance. After my performance, I can pre-record that Sylvia review. I'm gonna drop that Friday sometime because
All right.
just yeah. Thank you, Mike. And the album is Sylvia Pillow Talk. That's the album we're talking about.
All right.
Yeah. Sylvia Robinson. See that you see what happened when people donate and shit. We get interesting shit like this. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say dropping them donations, dropping them donations, dropping them donations. If y'all want to talk about certain shit, you know what I'm saying? You just had to say, hey, drop a little money in the collection plate and we be good, you know? We'll be fucking good. But appreciate this, Mike, as usual. And also I just dropped another episode of my CD recap. I'm gonna probably record another one later on this week. But y'all stay tuned for more material. And if you guys are watching, we talked about Casey and the Sunshine Band with their self-titled sophomore album. Fucking fire album, love it. Um, yeah, I might say that's probably the most funkiest album. To be real with you, I feel like after that one they just went full on the disco, and then Casey was trying to do some new wave shit. I don't know, man. I just like stick to your lane, nigga. But anyway, appreciate this try as usual. I'm gonna send you the invite for the BMF before I actually take my shower. So I'll talk to
Okay.
you in a minute. I'll see y'all in a minute. See y'all tomorrow. Y'all be safe.
Yep.
Y'all make sure y'all watch this weather though. You know what I'm saying? Because just like Katy Perry, it's hot and it's cold. Yes, no, whatever. So y'all be safe. Peace.
Peace.